Sorry about that. Evening, everybody. Welcome to Monday night's live stream. We are live on Facebook and on YouTube. Sorry about the delay, guys. We had an unexpected visitor, so I'm a little bit later than I would have liked to have been, but nevertheless, we are here now. So welcome to everybody as you're joining. Do hop on and say hello. When you join, leave me a little comment. Please excuse the mess behind me. I am midway through preparing for a retreat and for a team event this weekend. So I've got lots of boxes behind me. It's organised chaos, I promise. And over this side, there's even more boxes. So it's all good fun. I'm very glad that I've got this space so it's not in the house, because I can just organise, walk away, make a mess and leave it here. So it's quite nice, really. Sorry that I wasn't live last week. It was half term here, so no school for me and the children, which was a lovely little break. I love working, but it was nice to have a little bit of time off. We saw some friends, we had some time in the fresh air. It was just nice to not have to get up for the school run and to just take each day as it comes. So tonight we are going to do a little bit of crafting. I need to finish by 9 because it's the final of one of my favourite TV shows. So I will be leaving here at 9. There you are. Yes, sorry, Sandra. I was running a bit late. We had an unexpected visitor and they like a chat. So it was nice. It was nice to see them. And I didn't want to be rude and say I've got to go. So a little bit late, but hopefully better late than never. So what I'll do is I will hop over to my desk. It's right here, and we will do some crafting. I've got a new stamp set on my desk and a new set of dies, so I'm looking forward to sharing that with you, and I'm looking forward to seeing where this takes us, because it's not really my style, but we will see what happens. I have something in mind. Oh, Meg, I'm sorry to hear that. I hope tomorrow goes well, my darling. We'll be thinking of you. Take care of yourself. So let's hop on. Let's change cameras and hop on over to my desk. Here we go. There we are. Right. So I have on my desk a new stamp set and a new set of dies. This is the Notes of Nature stamp set, or Notes of Nature bundle. And you will find it in the mini catalogue on page 43. It's part of the Nature's Sweetness suite. Here we go, Nature's Sweetness. So in this, it's a whopper of a suite. It's the whole suite. You have 2 stamp sets, 2 dies, some embellishments, some ribbon, and some DSP. Absolutely love the DSP and the Notes of Nature stamp set. Really don't like the Lovely and Sweet stamp set. It's not my style. I'm not quite sure what's going on with some of those images, so that one is not for me. This one, however, I absolutely love, and we were really lucky last weekend. I went on a team day with my upline Michelle last, and we had a fabulous day. She created some gorgeous projects as she always does, and we played with this stamp set and I really enjoyed it. The dies are lots of fun. So the dies coordinate with this image, and this image that will cut around those images. And you then have these texture images that you can use, and then you've got these add-on dies. So I'm going to have a go with this and see where it takes us. Now, as always with my dies, when I get a new set of dies, I always like to draw around them. This is a little tip that a friend of mine shared with me many, many years ago, and I still do it to this day. It's something it's really sad, I look forward to doing every day, every time I get a new set of dies. The reason I do this is because I use my dies in my classes. I can quickly see that I have all the dies before I leave the house to go to the class, although I have been known to forget a die. and also so that all the dies fit back where they started. So I'm just quickly going to draw around these. Beautiful set with nice sentiment in French too. Can't wait to see the project. You know what? I can't wait to see it either because I've got no idea what it's going to look like. Although I did choose some colours before I came on. So I had every intention this evening to be really organised. We had a nice early dinner. My eldest was at netball. My husband was going to collect her. Emily had my youngest had a nice bath. It was all planned and ready. And then it all went a bit wrong. I should have been out here an hour ago. But never mind. My husband said to me, before I came out, he said, "Do you know what you're doing?" And I went, "No, not at all. Not a clue." So I just grabbed these two new products off my shelf. Okay, so that's all my dies drawn around. That makes me happy. Now, I haven't grabbed the DSP. The reason I haven't grabbed the DSP is because I wanted to just focus on the stamps and the dies. So what I did grab is I did grab some colours. I grabbed Basic White, Misty Moonlight, Smoky Slate, Mossy Meadow, and then I also picked up some papers. Now, these papers are Poetic Expressions. They're from the mini catalogue as well. So here I've got this lovely blue and a pink. I don't like the pink. You've got a sort of moody mauve colour with bits of pink and white. On the back is this blue. I love this blue. That will go really nice with the Misty Moonlight. You've got a nice green colour. They're all textured, and I think this will work really nicely with this stamp. That's really pretty, really delicate. Moody mauve, and then this one. This is really busy, so I'm not going to use that. I think I'm going to use that one. That's quite nice. I think I'm going to use them two. I don't want to confuse myself too much, so let's create a simple card. I always like to start with a little bit of simple stamping. I'm just going to move my camera up a little bit so you can see a little bit more of my desk. That's a bit better. Okay, you can see a bit more of what I'm doing now. So let's cut me a really simple card mount, shall we? Let's go to 9.5 by 13.9. Oh, no, Margaret, not late at all. I was late this evening, so you are just in time. Got the grand girls to bed and now feet up. Oh, how lovely. Very, very nice. Hi, Mum. Hi, Caroline. Okay, so I have this piece here. And I've got my stamp set. So let's put some of these onto blocks, shall we? I actually think this stamp set would work really nice with the Miller card. So you get that real sort of vintagey look. But for now, I'm just using good old white. Now, earlier on, I was doing a lot of stamping out here. I'm just going to clear off some of these. Debbie, I'm glad you were late. I forgot. Brilliant. Love that. And then this little one. Do I have a little block? Do have a little block. Right. So what I want is a piece of grid paper as well. My pen over there. Where's my grid paper? got a bit of grid paper. It has seen better days. Right, so let's have a little play, shall we? I'm going to go with, I might go boho blue. It works really well with crumb cake. I bet it does, actually. You know what colour I really miss at the moment? I really miss Sahara Sand. I'm going to use Smoky Slate, actually. So let's just jump straight into this. I'm going to have a little practice on my grid paper. So that's one. That's two. Okay. Yeah. It's really wonky stamping, but you know what? It's okay. So I'm just stamping all of this over the top of each other. So that's just a bit of a crazy background. Let me a little bit of, here I've got a dark smoky slate blend. This is one of my favourite techniques. I'm going to do a little bit of ink splashing. Just be mindful when you do this, depending on how often you do this and how much pressure you put on, you will actually damage the nib of your blend. So don't do that too much if you don't want to damage your blends. I'm just layering all of this over the top of each other. To see what sort of look I get. I quite like that. It's quite a little bit crazy. And then I've got, now that's got brown on it. I did have a little blending brush, but that seems to have gone all keys. Let's grab a little drawbar. Oh, is this where we can bring some green in? Let's just have a little. Well, that's quite nice, actually. Just adding a little bit of green. I don't even know what colour this is. It's just residue ink in my blending brush. Okay, so there we have that. Now it's very flat at the moment. So I think I'm going to do a little bit of scrunching. Now, I know some ladies that will really struggle with this. I'm just trying to rough up the paper a bit. Now, while I've got that there, I'm going to use this die. So this die is basically going to create some holes. I'm just going to line that up. Give me a little bit of washi tape. The reason I think I struggle with these sorts of stamp sets is because if I think about the stamps that I'm used to using, there's sort of order and precision in them. Whereas this, you can get away with being as unordered as you want. So I'm just going to run that through my die machine, which is just behind me. So what that die does, it doesn't cut out the edge at all. It will just cut out the hole. So it looks now like this is a torn bit. This has been torn out of a notebook. I'm just going to scrunch that corner a bit more, like you do. And what this does is it makes the card really soft. I want it to look a little bit old. I'm going to roll up this corner as well. Now, I've just had a battery sign flash up. Now, if for some reason this turns off, I will rejoin, probably on YouTube. Okay, so that's now my card base. Okay, so I'm going to bring in this piece of Mossy Meadow and cut me a little card. So I'm going to cut at 14.9, turn and score at 10.5. Okay, evening to Shaz, thanks for joining us tonight. I'm having a little play with the Notes of Nature bundle. Oh, that looks quite nice. Now, just thinking out loud, I'm going to put another layer under that. Shall I use the DSP? No, I'm not going to use the DSP. I'm going to use the same colour. So that was 9.5. So I'm going to go to 9.8. So that was 13.9, so I want 14.2. So I'm just taking it up by 3 millimeters. Okay. That's nice. Right, let's put this on here. I'm just going to line that up. Out there, stick it down. Now while I've got that, I'm going to scrunch this corner as well. I'm going to try and split the layers. I find when it's sort of vintage, it's all about sort of texture, and so this really might tip some of my ladies over the edge that I'm not only scrunching the card, I'm pulling it apart now. Okay. So that can now go on there. Quite like the way this is going, you know. I usually really struggle with sort of vintage looking cards. And on my tape runner is pulling up the edge of the card. Let's stick that on there. Lovely. Okay, so now I've done that, I want to cut a little shape, and I'm going to go, what have I got here in front of me? I've got some everyday details. So let's bring in my stamp set. We've got Today Is All About You. No, I'm not actually. I'm going to cut myself a bit of grey, a bit of green, just a bit of green. Let's go 3 centimetres. And I think I'm going to do some heat embossing. So I've got some gold embossing powder. I think gold is going to look really nice with this. How are we doing? Are we all still there, gang? Okay. I've got my embossing money, just give that a nice little wipe over. And then I want to put my sentiment on a block. I'm going to do Today Is All About You, Happy Birthday. love this sentiment. Definitely cut my piece of card too thick, but you know what, that's okay. Definitely need some new gold embossing powder. Okay, so you can't really see that because of the dark gold. Now let's just heat it. There we go, it's just starting to go. Embossing on a dark colour just looks so elegant. Let's turn that around. So there we go, you can see that, isn't that pretty? I actually quite like how wide that is. What do you think? Let's trim it down a bit. So let's go to 10.5. No, let's go to 10. And then let's cut it down by 1 centimetre. Yeah, much better. Much better. Okay, so just like that. Today is all about you. That's really elegant, I think. Let's put that on. And then I'm going to do a little bit of stamping, just a little bit. Okay, let's stamp one of these leaves. Where's my blending brush gone? Here it is. So let's do my really clever little bit of colouring now. And let's cut that out. I like how subtle this colour is on it. It's quite nice rather than colouring it all in. Let's just stick this down. Just cut that out. That's quite nice. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. I'm also going to cut out, while we're here, some of these little accents. Bring this back in. I don't want to lose these little dies. see, you can just line them back up and you know you've got them all. So I thoroughly recommend this little tip, drawing around your dies. So here are my little fronds. Now I'm going to show you a little technique with this. So what I want first is I want my tweezers. So I'm going to take my frond, I'm going to dip it in my Versamark, and then I'm going to put it in my embossing powder. You want it to look, you don't want it to have even coverage. Just giving it a nice little tap. You want to hold it with something that's not going to burn your fingers. And then I'm going to keep this. This is a bit like using the gilded leaf flakes without the stress. I find the gilded leaf so stressful. And this will also match really nicely the embossing on our sentiment. Okay, so there we have, now let me just zone my camera in. There we have it. How pretty is that? Really, really pretty. And that's now a little accent we can use on our card. Put that on with a glue dot. Hi, Karen from Philadelphia. Thanks for joining us tonight. So, and then I'm going to stick that little guy on, I think. Even though actually it looks just quite nice with that. Doesn't it? Right, let's put this on. We've cut it, so let's use it. Just use a little foam pad on that. And then I can use these little fronds as well. So today is all about you. Happy birthday. We've got it like that. I feel like it needs a little bit of linen thread or something under it. Do I have any linen thread to hand? Let's have a look what I've got here. Oh, the smallest little bit of linen thread I've got here. I'm just going to tie me a bow. I'll do you on catch up, Stacey. Dinner is late. Oh, bless you. Thanks, Caroline. Enjoy your tea. I hope you've got something nice. Trim that off there. And I'm going to just stick that on, I think, just on the front. Glue dots are your best friend when using linen thread. There we go, there's my little bow. And then I think I just want a couple of little gems. Let's see what I've got in my stash. Now, I think tonight we may actually only make one card because for those of you that were here at the beginning, I have got a very important date at 9 o'clock with the finale of my of a favourite TV show. And I really don't want to miss it. So let's just put a few of these on. So that's the outside of my card. All that's left to do is the inside. Now I cut myself 2 pieces of white card at the beginning. I'll just close this embossing powder. What green is that? So, Karen, the card base is Mossy Meadow. And then the green over the top that I've used to colour the background is basically the residue on my blending brush. There's no, it's not a specific green. This is what my blending brush looks like. It's really grubby. I'm quite embarrassed about it actually. My blending brushes need a really good clean. So if anyone wants to come and do that for me, just feel free. Now I'm going to put a little bit of extra Stampin on here. Just to make the outside match the inside. So I'm just using all the stamps from this stamp set. And then I'll just go over that. Like so. And then that can get stuck inside my card. As well. And there we go, guys. That is my finished card all made. Let me just bring that up so you can get a closer look. So I've got that lovely golden sentiment. Today is all about you. Happy birthday. I've got my embossed frond or leaf in the background. I've got some texture here by creasing and pulling the paper apart. Got more texture from my bow, my linen thread bow, and then inside it looks like that. So thank you so much for watching, everybody. Just as a little recap, I've used the Notes of Nature stamp set and I've used the Notes of Nature dies. This is a bundle from the mini catalogue. When you purchase the 2 together, you do save 10%. So do make sure you do that. And this bundle, when you order it throughout the remainder of February, you can choose a free celebration item to add on to your order before you check out. If you wanted to place an order, my online store is listed below. I will also list all the products that I've used over on my YouTube channel. And as always, if you have any questions, please let me know. I will be live again on Thursday lunchtime at 12:30. Do join me then if you can. And I look forward to speaking to you all very, very soon. Thanks so much for watching. Take care, everyone. Bye.